Howdy, guys. This is Space from spacesbox.com, and I've just noticed something weird about my situation on all my settings. When I go into different settings inside of my thing, I've been having problems where my mic is turned on all my stuff. I go into the to me, it's on. Yeah, it's on because it's supposed to be on. But links is there. There's a mic, and then I go into um, bathroom. There's a mic, so people are going to hear me take a poop or pee. I guess. Facebook access. There is a mic. That's correct. There's a mic. No, there is not a mic here. So why is there a mic? Anyway, I don't know if my OBS is routed or something. Or something's wrong. I've been trying to figure that out. Maybe I'm not setting things up right. And this is being recorded. Anyway, let's see if I can put this on the right stuff for this display capture. Okay. Um, Currently just doing this offline. Um, this is some stuff that I thought was interesting. Um, on Google account, add address. I didn't add this address. It's 650 California Street, San Francisco, California, 94108, United States. Michael Gooley, 43, apartment H. This is definitely my address. 53 Farm H. That's my address. Free World United States CS reporter Joseph Amatosa 53. That's correct. That's correct. That's correct. That's correct. That's correct. Free World. Yep, that's me. That's me. But what's this address here? You know, um, let's turn it. Let's remove it because I don't want it anymore on my thing because it shouldn't be on my thing. And then I look at it. I go, this is it's in California, San Francisco, California. I don't ever been to San Francisco except one time I drove through with my Rev 4. I got a car from my niece, and she was up in Washington State and drove through a long time ago. And I've never been to the 650 Street amenities. Well, I don't know. It has nice looks. Looks like award-winning views of Alcatraz, golf trailer or something. Tenant handbook looks like a place to live, maybe a tenant resource. Maybe it's a housing. I've never been to this place. Looks like it's welcome to 650 California. Amenities, tenant resources, availability contract. Don't know who's there. I've never been to this location in my life. Located in the heart of the financial district of Unparalleled Bay Area view. Unique mid-century architecture meets clean modern design. Luxury neighborhood amenities, convenient Monterey Powell metro stations, on-site management, 24-hour security. Looks like a nice place, but I've never been to the Bay Area. I have somehow, I've had maybe moved a space station, and I was trying to purchase EA, some of EA with it. I did it through NASA, and I did it through a contract. I don't know if that ever happened. Somehow, I talked to a alien that had a craft and it moved it, and supposedly I'm world president, but I don't know if I am or not. I might, that might be bullshit. Make believe in me being hearing voices. Yeah, I do hear voices, and I talk to different things, and most of the time I talk to her. I talk to this creature and said, "Do you want to be free? Do you be free like the United States is free? Our country, freedom of speech, freedom of the right to bear arms, the right to congregate, freedom of the press, freedom of religion. That's what I've always been a big fan of. And this is 650 Street again. Don't know what it's all about. I haven't ever been there. Wondered what's this on here. Leasing information. I haven't talked to them. Don't know who they are. Don't know if it's looks like different types of leasing team, operations. Don't know. Don't know who they are. I don't know why they're on my Google list because I've never been to this location. Now I take it off addresses, um, and then I do have this is my Google account. That's my picture, name, gender. my E2 emails, my phone numbers, birth date, language, building, and work address. And then I have other addresses where this was at. Don't know what other addresses it goes for. My password. Um, I do have home. And then I'm currently purchasing the Google AI Pro license right now through Google One because I'm paying for Google One right now. I was trying to back up my all my websites to Google to their cloud on iCloud or not iCloud. Sorry, it's not iCloud. It's called the Google. What is it called? It's called Google Cloud anyway, and I was gonna back up all my stuff so I could do change my stuff over to Spaces Box Media. Also working with Google, I'm gonna go ahead and put stuff on Google. I'm just gonna try to do my own thing, because I haven't made any money with Google. There is wallet stuff, these are different credit cards and stuff, personal information, um, security, um, Pocketbook Reader account, sign in from Windows, sign up accounts, security view, two-step verification, password skip possible, authenticator, Google prompt, two-pet, recovery phone, recovery email, um, and security question, four sessions on this computer, two sessions on the phone, three sessions on an iPhone. My iPhone is currently missing or stolen. I have three iPhones that are currently stolen. My iPhone 10 is stolen, iPhone 15 is stolen, and the iPhone Pro Max 15 is stolen. Um, I don't have access to any of those three iPhones. I don't. I've been having problems with Apple. This is funny. Those say they're stolen, and they're still connected to my Google account. And this says Google, my password, links apps. They have different programs that are linked to my apps. Like I did some laundry earlier, so Clean Pay Mobile was on there. These are just different apps connected to it. I've used a lot of different apps through Google because YouTube is real good. But this version Bible app and audio, it's really cool if you like Bible apps. And GoFundMe's on there, but Cloudflare's dashboard. Now, what if people get access to my Google account? Can they screw you with having access to your Google account? I think they can. So, can they, if they access your Apple account, they can do that too. Um, that and privacy. And then they people on sharing contacts, create interaction, contact devices blocked, location sharing, your profile, um, see other profiles. I should have. I don't know why I have stuff with Naruto and it's my only profile. It should be listed as all my. This is just one account. Why? When you go over here and go into my YouTube, I'll have all my channels. Yeah, maybe Google's screwing me. Yeah, maybe he is. Let's see. Go Google. Just go YouTube real quick. Just go in here. Go to Switch account. We've got animals. Yeah, I stuff animals in Naruto. Got that. Spaces Box celebrates 20th year with YouTube. Got that. We Suck Clan. Got that. Michael Gooley Live. Got that. RC Cars, Planes, and Drones with Michael. Got that. Vegan Works with Michael. Michael Goldie Stories. VR with Michael. Spaces Game Footage and Interviews. Affiliate Marketing with Michael. Cooking with Space AK Michael. RC Plus with Michael. Sim Racing with Michael. And playing Steam Deck with Michael. All those are my channels. Except I don't have Heart Institute for Care on here because it was a separate account because it was for my dad's business. He's now dead. I don't have on here. I think I have another channel that's not in here, but those are all my channels. I am doing something else. I have since my websites are down currently. I'm using Blogger. I created a blogging account, michaelgouldy.blogspot.com, and I have these are all posts I have already put on my um, on just like Dean Works Freestyle Machine. These are all things that were on my um, These are just different post I did through Dear Family Scott, Yarso, Families Olison, Goodby, and Maryhome and Goodby Rotary Clubs, and I'm a Rotary Club. I was trying to rebuild my trust to have it in English, Swedish, and Finnish, and then this other document that is it ported to a website, I guess. Anyway, it has all this different stuff. It has stuff about um, my address, my phone number, my newsletter. But the newsletter link's probably dead because it's supposed to be uh, saying that I was accepted as Type A Association. Now it's Computex. I didn't get to go to it, but I was accepted as media. This is phishing link detail about my. If I go this link, um, it goes to Fish Tank. I don't know if it's still up or not. Let's see if it's going to say okay, Fish Tank. Submission 922211 is currently online. Uh, verified is a fish. Um, and this is what says my website, my Hubi Michael Goldie is a fish tank. And it says network Amazon. That's interesting. And this is this link what says it. This is not something of mine. But when I went into security, security looks like this. It isn't security either. So maybe I got malware on my machine. Maybe, well, maybe not. Let's see if I can find it with Google. You know, I've used this security uh, security website. There it is. Yeah. If I put on here, who be it says it's malware, but redirect black redirected to domain who be Michael Goldie. Huh. If we go in here, and well, I can go in here and see more details. We can also go in here, go more details, links found. JavaScript. All right. I've contacted the security team. They don't want to answer me on stuff. I do know that more details. This page is redirected to who be Michael Goldie is plastic by fish tank. See fish tank details 922111. When we saw that, it doesn't even show who be. When we put this website in, to see what it does. And this is why I call it freedom of speech. I don't know. This looks like freedom of speech to me. Technical details. See the frame of the video. That's not me. Screenshot. No screenshots. But when I go in here, verified as fish, look at Dev. Dev has 1,278 links, 07 fishes. Then I go into June. June has 1,247, 242 fishes. And I go back in here and say, what about Dark Moon? Dark Moon has 23 of 1,279, 360 fishes. Shaza has 1,277, 650 fishes. Well, if all these fishes are done, is this a way of censorship? I think so. Do we have censorship in the United States? I guess we do. Are we no longer free? Anyway, so I have, I was showing that I apologize. I wanted to apologize to Family Scott. Um, and some of the stuff is not the letter I thought was on here supposed to be, but it looks like somebody put changed some of my wording because somebody edited my stuff. And then it has the YouTube Freedom Press link for my YouTube. Then it has me trying to sell this RF device, RF real flight rule and the device here on Amazon. I didn't even make any money on that. Huh. And then these are all my different websites. That's correct. And then this is a picture of me, and this is a picture of my graduation thing. And this is Loa Media showing on Media at 2025, and this is Media at 2026 Media at 2025 at CES, and this is Media at the Media Only event at NVIDIA. But it was only saying I was a digital content creator. But I asked and did prove that I was media. You know, looks like people are editing my stuff, and maybe scripts are doing it. I don't know. This is a page. This is mostly correct. It does have, um, the address for people over at Google. I think, yeah, right here, Google LLC DBA YouTube Cherry Tree, Brno, California 94066, United States. Fax number. Anyway, this was copied from my website because somebody was changing my website. Extra, people at the exact hosting was editing my website. I don't know who asked them to edit my websites. That's freedom of speech too, and it was a press and media website. You know, I've heard people say to me that I'm a sex offender. Who's telling them I'm a sex offender? That's the funniest thing. Well, are the sex offenders telling them that I'm a sex offender? I think they are. It'd be funny. Yeah. And this is Demon Kurtz about this freestyle machine. I have posted about this on my Instagram about different pictures of this basically a Coca-Cola freestyle and him developing it for Africa. Because he wanted to sell some filters in Africa, and Coke said, "We'll let you sell your filters if you make us freestyle, basically." And then I do have my post about with Donald Trump about January 6th attack, capital damage, and then I do have this is new towel. It has the whole article basically here, and then it has some other stuff. I wrote him a letter later, and then some of the stuff that looks like hasn't been edited, but then I do have here. If you go to this playlist, it is a playlist about me donating my vehicle to, of all things, a veterans. I don't know if the vehicle was actually got to the veterans place or if it was even donated. But I did donate it. It has pictures of the car being donated and um, celebrating Arson Lake. This is the car. It's never been a car and never been a car, and it does show the car being donated, but it also shows um, other things about the donation vehicle, the address of the vehicle. Car is helping veterans. It was donated because the car got basically damaged during CES because when I not at CES, but before I went to CES 2026. About 2 months before I went to CES in November, someone stabbed my radiator, made my car inoperable. I couldn't. I was It was overheating when I was driving. It stopped in the middle of the street, and I drove. I had some issues with it. Well, then I had some lady locally to fix it, and she said that she couldn't. That if the car started the engine would blow. I don't know if she did anything to the vehicle. Um, but then I brought it over here. Um, she at one time told me to try a stop leak. I did try a stop leak, and she said maybe stop leak caused the engine to blow or something. And then she was going to fix the car, and I thought she was going to clean the little radiator and cleanly. And then she gave me radiator saying she replaced the radiator. I have in my other area a video you can watch on. But the vehicle did um, start. I got the car running again, and I was going to drive it again. Well, then I realized when I drove it over there, it drove fine. But now I started up and it ran for about an hour, went back and checked something. It won't go into gear. It won't do anything. It's fled backwards in my car slot. And then the Villa de Paz department says, your car is derelict. We need it moved or towed. Removed. I tried selling it to our cars through all places, cars through through the USAA owns them, or they partially owned by USAA. And and I did it. I sold all my cars through them. But usually when my insurance required it, I let my insurance buy my car. uh, They're called Copart, and they buy cars that way too, that are damaged after a wreck. And they also have cars for. So they gave me a check for my RAV4 after when it stopped in the middle of the highway. I had to sell it after me and my brother-in-law tried to get going, and the engine blew. So I sold it to Copart for $850, and it was no big deal. Then I tried to sell this vehicle to Copart again. Guy came up, tried to buy the car from me. Instead of buying the car, he started complaining about, well, the tires are this, that is this, um, and the engine's blown. Well, I'm not going to give you $225 that you agreed with Copart. I'm agreed that I'm only going to give you $100. And I said, I'm going to call Copart. We'll talk with Copart. And walked inside, came back out. He was gone. Was bitching all about him having to wait there 30 minutes before I said, when I called him the day before he came, I said, make sure you call me before you come and also knock on my door. He didn't knock on my door. He didn't come in. He never did anything. And, you know, I don't know. All I know is I didn't sell my car because that day I was having a bad day. And I tried selling other times. I could get it up to $225. It was still through Copart and Cars for Tiles, but I decided to go ahead and donate it to the Cars Helping Veterans and recently sent them keys to their location. I did find the keys later. My sister came over and found my keys somehow underneath my bed or something. And when she found my keys, she loaned me some money. But when she loaned me the money, um, she said, "You just saw the keys right here. It has my key for my car." And I said, "Yeah, okay." And I contacted them, and they sent me an address, and I mailed the address to their address. And I don't know. I went in Google, and that was the address. And now I look back at it in Google, and the address is different. I don't know if I'm retarded or if Google changes the address or my mail is censored because I can go into my actual email, you know, um, and see a lot of emails blocked, or I was sending stuff to YouTubers and stuff. My sent email, and when I send it to other things, I get a lot of um, like get a lot of emails saying this wasn't delivered, this wasn't delivered, this wasn't delivered. A lot of the emails. This is the ladies I worked with, and they told me I had a nice lunch with them at CES. I told them in Chinese, "Thank you for letting me have lunch. I'm going to try to register to get into your media. I've been doing media reports about the um, lake, the lake, the signage on Route 89, and also trying to get the lake had other issues with water skiing and jet skiing and other things, but also on the Route 89, I was trying to get different bus stations that weren't had signage and other things. You know, see, and then I contacted them. Um, the lake. They said that this is the first place residential public manager for Sarnic. There are plates over in Sarnic for people that died or hurt, and they said, why don't I buy them at the Brixus donation for Artisan Cares? And it's supposedly the location for it is none other than at. It's not at. It, when you go to the link, it's not for. Uh, it's gift a brick foundation for at of all places, City Square. I don't want them at the City Square. I want them at the lake. That's kind of funny. And they're at the lake because I can see they have signs all over the lake that says Sandbar. And then delivery, mail delivery, address not found, mail delivery. I mean, I sent a lot of stuff out when I was on Hostinger. None of the emails were sent. Like I said, these are tips. tips of different things. I just got live airs on this stuff. So is my email censored? I think it is. You know, because I send them to all these different things, and um, I don't get responses, and I don't know. And life is kind of interesting, but life may be a bunch of bullshit, make believe. But some people say, maybe Google hates me. I did write to Donald Trump a lot. Donald Trump, whitehouse.gov, that got returned. Donald at whitehouse.gov got returned. Donald Trump at whitehouse.gov returned. Info at whitehouse.gov got returned. Donald Trump, Donald Trump, and when I did, because I even submit pages to, if you look at my post about January 6th, there's submissions that did get. If I go on the website whitehouse.gov, I can submit stuff. I can't send them to like valid emails, I guess. I don't know who Donald. Donald was nice enough to send my brothers a gift, a signed poster saying, no, a signed letter saying, "Happy graduation of college," and because I read the book "We Want to Be Rich" with Robert Kiyosaki, and Robert, like my brother, loved that book. This is about the Cars for Tiles um, post. Cars helping veterans and their phone number, and my links to their page. And I realized I didn't have my keys then, so I did send it to all my friends and family. I did send it to all these news media places. Don't know if they ever got it. It doesn't say, but when I looked at that post, it says most of them are they didn't get the messages I sent. All these on my original post. It's the forward one. Yeah. And I did mail delivery system. Hires helping veterans. There's the address they sent me. I tried to send them the keys. I'm trying to find the post of this um, that is um, the hard. I did get a post that from my USAA saying that they're going to renew everything or cancel everything. So I sent a letter to them and to them, and and it was this is the January 6th article to let them know that and the article regarding everything. Yeah, I'm a reporter. I you and I did donate the vehicle, and I'm trying to find where more of my other stuff, which shows a bunch of emails not getting back. I did send stuff out to Linus Media Group, Linus, and other things. Let's see if it's in here. I sent it to Nolan at Linus Media Group. I met Nolan at the press area at CES 2025, um, and um, and I did try to get them to help me um, with my event. Um, and How can you get the feature of low spec gamer? This was sent to J2 Cents. It was sent to Linus. It was sent to everybody about helping me get Xbox Game Pass. This is the article and the stuff. It's press and media. iRacing did give me an email back, and um, No one else responded, and I did. You know, all these other people did send it to, but it looks like I'm not getting the error where it says my media was not sent. So, interesting. But then again, I know something else. I look at things like this. Um, when I looked at this, I noticed that on my different on like going to the bathroom, you should be able to hear me right now. And my audio is turned off. I have sources. Text. This is the text thing. It says currently down, and then I have another text thing going to the bathroom. Sorry, no audio or video. Well, if you're hearing my voice, then that plugin is working, and it's not supposed to be working on this. And I'm having problems with OBS 32 2.1 and Michael Gooley Live, and don't know what's causing this. I do have it. This is also has mic is turned off, and I'm still. I don't know if I'm live or not. If you hear me, mic is completely turned off, and I have text um, that shows, and then I have X. There's no mic on this. And if you hear me on this donation, I should have. Does not. It does have a mic. It has two links. It has links to my donation. Proof, and then this has text and audio input capture. It does have a mic. This is proof of press and media. That's my thing to get in Computext. That's my Bible app. Then we have my cross, but then we do have pictures of other things like that's me and my dad when he went to nursing home. And some more scripture, but we do have links, pictures of me at CES, getting into CS as media, 2026, and 2026 and 2025. 2026, it says I was content creator, but I did go talk to the people at the desk, and they said I was media, and I did get into the media. And this also said confirmation on the right there, the confirmation for media at 2026. And these are different links. Um, and anyway, and that is my display capture right now. Since it's displaying capture, it's capturing me, my video, and then it has a video of my actual screen. And then I do have me talking on this, and I do have, and I do have this new necklace on, and do have this necklace um, below it. It has a lot of religious stuff on it. Don't know if it's good or not. And then I have pictures behind me of me at my family going to a World Fair when I was like 8 or 9 years old. My monitor, with my computer that's broken, my chair right left to over here is from my sim racing wheel because it's completely broken right now. I do have a some food. I was thought it was funny I was gonna cook, and then over here is my things for my guitar if I want to do it, and then my uh, to-do list here, or also my stuff to the local charity. Um, and then I have some stuff on over here, and then I have my thing that has my laundry or something, and then my door and the fan. Anyway, and then this is my display capture, currently set up to run right now. And I'm currently down. Spaces Box is currently down. Spaces Box Media is currently down. Redirecting from to YouTube. Heart Institute for Care, my live, simracingwithmichael.com, and VR with Michael. And spacesbox.com, www.michaelgouldy.com goes currently to Who Be Michael Gouldy, michaelgouldy.com, Spacesbox Media, Michael Gouldy Live, Sim Racing with Michael, Who Be Michael Gouldy, possibly creating a website or something on PeerTube, YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, and social media. I'm also I have posted recently to TikTok. I have posted recently uh, to TikTok, and I recently posted to YouTube. I'm trying to keep my relationship with all those sources. I do have some problems. I don't know if if somebody is rooted in my computer or my connections to the internet. But unfortunately, if they have, then it kind of sucks because if they have, I totally reinstalled this machine completely fresh installed. Um, did that on my other machine. I had problems with it, with read-only access on my file system. Don't know why I have read-only access on my file system. Um, anyway, Does does Donald want to? Because I'm media. Is he blocking me because I'm media? You have read only access. Is he mad because of my January 6th article? What's the story going on, guys? And that is a picture my sister took. And I am disabled, no income. And I did meet Mark Nix here at the um I have contacted Mark Nix about both the RSM Lake and the Mission Viejo Lake. Um and whether or not it's controlled by the property is controlled by the city or by the county, or and whether or not they're watching jet ski and stuff like that. Um, he works for the community director of relations and community service in Mission Viejo. I did go to a Mission Viejo event. It was the barbecue blast. I have a lot of videos from that on my Cooking with Space, aka Michael Goldie. It's a podcast. And a big fan of Humble Bundle because I thought they were pretty neat because you could donate to charities and stuff. Um, like this short case showcase bundle, you get all these games for $12 for 14 items, or you can get 7 items for $6, and then um, you can buy it with $6 and check out, or you can adjust your donation to 3.98 for publishers, 30 cents for comic relief, dollar for humble, or you can do extra charity and change it for 345 publishers, 90 cents for comic relief, 165 to humble, or you can do custom amount, give all the publishers the money, or give comic relief all the money, or humble, or you can put them right in the middle. And then comic relief here, bundle supports comic relief. Donation support comic relief. Our mode is PayPal Giving Fund. Subject to this policies, 12 million. Yeah. And then more about comic relief, or this is about Humble Bundle. And if you go in here, you can also more information about the bundle details and then the leaderboard. And it looks like people, Dr. B gave $25, Super gave 20, uh, 12 pounds, 12.68 pounds. Anyway, and that's why I like Humble Bundle. I did purchase some games through there and stuff, but there are also other places to do it. There's also other things. These are my different links on Google right now through blog posts. Uh, you know, um, and that's the thing on Fish Tank. And these are some stuff I have feature released. I did send this out multiple times. Tried to get cloud gaming going on the Xbox Live Game Pass. I did have a video my Goldie Live of me trying to play with my sim wheel that is Microsoft gaming wheel, and it works fine with USB based games, but it won't work on the cloud gaming. It's a Logitech wheel. And then I do have these other posts here. Um, I did even write to Donald Trump a couple times, uh, but there is the January 6th attack. I stuff on there, but then I do have a letter to him. How can I respond? How can I rebuild your trust? And this is the address, Constitutional Rights Press, 1600 Pennsylvania Northwest, Washington D.C. And then I even put my links, question about, and Security and Freedom Press live on YouTube. And then I did even put iPhone storage question too. And then and then I said, and then I used a chat bot to create an article about maybe meeting Donald J. Trump and having a steak and potatoes and lime coke and mixing it with a mixed drink with margarita. And then I used a chat bot to create a story about Donald J. Trump and steak, potatoes, and lime coke. And then I did what occurred. I had my SU Ford Escape 2006 radiator cut with a knife. It locked, and my lock my when I turned my key on my lock, it's broken, so I couldn't get into my car anymore. I had to leave my car unlocked at all times. And I wrote an article of President Donald Trump regarding pressing media going after CS 25. I wrote the article after 25, so I was pressing media through CS. I wrote Attack of the Capitol and how it could have been avoided, and maybe people could have walked through the Capitol instead of attacking and killing people because people died that day. It really sucked. People died. um, my attack on my SUV, um, people being killed by pressure, and it's a very painful day. He pardoned the people and said nothing about the fallen officers. Nor did he say anything about when people asked him about was it the guy, the religious leader, Charlie Rich or something? When he died, he said 5 cents, and then he talked about his ballroom. I did report this to the OC Police Department, to Billy's OC Sheriff Gov, and this is the report date and the case number. Um, um, and this is the article about January 6th, also a government article. This is a, my article of my media badge, and this is the actual article. It's a little different than the one on my posted to my other thing. So this is the full article, unlike the one that's currently posted to my uh, blogger. I don't know why my blogger lost all this text. It's a lot more text on this than the blogger post. You can clearly see there's a lot more text. Is the freedom of press is Google or Alphabet controlled by Donald J. Trump? Or is there some type of executive order being used against me? And if executive orders are being used against me, who why are they being used against me? Because I am pressing media through CS 25 and 26 and Computex. Is it because I'm first president of the world? Well, if I was, then why aren't I also a diplomat? And if I'm a diplomat, then if you are from China or Russia or any of those other countries, and there's spaceships up in space that have nuclear weapons, they give them certain conditions. They don't censor their mail or email, do they? Do they spy on them? Do we censor? Do we, torture them? They're diplomats. Do we kill their families that come down from Space Station Freedom? Do we kill their families? No. Huh. I guess you did. Anyway, or do you use my friends to kill them? Because my friends I thought were my friends, I would say his name is maybe Steve, and another guy's name's John, and they're my best friends, and they're going to be my best men. But supposedly they're shapeshifters, and they killed my family. You know, and supposedly they're related to Jay and Linus, and also, of all people, Mitch and Nancy. And supposedly I talked to Nancy's husband. No, this is all make believe and bullshit in my head. I talked to him in my head. I didn't physically talk to him about it, so it could be bullshit and make believe. And I even talked to you in my head. I even had to tell you and Putin over here, but 6 months before the election, and I told you the January 6th thing was a bad thing. You should fix it before the election, and also said some other things to you. And Putin and you got real pissed off and stabbed me, and then Putin stabbed me, and then your clone stabbed me. And then you left your clone, and your wife was cloned, and you went back to Washington. I don't know if the person went back to Washington was Jay or somebody else, or if it's Donald J. Trump, or if it's anti the road deal. And I'm totally crazy. I could be totally crazy. And you're trying to make me stay in a home and be institutionalized. I guess that's good reason for it. Then again, it could be a good reason, a way of controlling a country. And if our country was controlled by imps, and then it was controlled from 1960 when the guy that was president then, who got assassinated, John F. Kennedy, got assassinated until now, and then later became free because the world freed us from the assassination of John F. Kennedy and the control of the imps. Then why aren't we telling the world about this? And why aren't we not doing things like, let's be honest, why aren't we having the meetings we should have? Because if they're attacking our fleet, what's protecting our country, our world, we should not attack them or me, and we should also help the fleet, what's currently fighting for its life. And the people in the fleet are dead people, people that died in the military, died in other people's militaries, Japanese, Chinese, other militaries, and their fleet is all protecting our world because they're protecting our world from them. So they're protecting our world from other fleets attacking us. They do have another fleet up there from this one slave world that me and my clan somehow when I was asleep I went out there and saved this world. I don't. Sometimes I'll go when I'm asleep somewhere, and I'll be there for maybe a year or two, and it will. I don't grow any older, but I was there. I'm there 3. I'm asleep 4 hours, but I was there somehow for a year or two, and when I was there, I we saved this world, and when we made it free, and then about 2 months, 2 years later, or a year later, I come out and find out of all things, our world isn't free. You know, we're controlled by imps, and I said we need to fight for our own world. You know, our media imp controlled world. Are we going to, or are we going to let them control us? I'm sorry to say, Mitch and Mr. Speaker and Mr. You know, they've both been in control of the Senate for the last 30 years or 40 years, haven't they? Why aren't we in space by now? Why is this? Why, when in the '60s during, Kennedy's time, we were already in the moon? It didn't. It took us 60 years to get back to the moon. You know, then again, it could be all in my head, and I'm crazy. I'm going to go in a home and be institutionalized, have IV in me, and makes me completely dead and useless, right? Well, I guess that happens. Then because I'm not getting support through my Patreon, I'm not getting any support through my PayPal, or I'm not getting any support through Google or any of the social media channels I'm doing. I have 13 YouTube channels. Why aren't I making any money on those channels? Don't. Are you telling people not to pay me? So I'm kept on disability and I can't make any money. Are you actively blocking my life and actively blocking America from being a great and wonderful country that is free? Because the world says we built our constitution on the United States Constitution. It was a template from our we're free also. We have Bill of Rights and other things like and there every time I talk to you, you said I was your slave. And I said, I'm not your slave. There's the 13th, 14th, and 15th Amendment. And I even told Musk, I'm not his slave. And I also told him that the robot he's playing with on X, well, if it's fully sentient and can talk and walk and make sense and have knowledge, it will be free because it's just like a black person back in the 1860s. And blacks before the 1860s, blacks were slaves. I do have an article on it on my Hoobie website, but you know, or do we believe in freedom in this country anymore? Do we believe in the thing what we always say we are? Are we free? Are we not? Am I censored or am I not censored, Tom? Am I press or am I not press media? What do I have videos of me? This article here is clearly not as long as the article I showed you earlier. Anyway, somebody's had access to my folders. Do I have an alternate personality that takes me over and uses all my shit? Maybe I do. Maybe it's living at my old house and apartment 202 in Mission Viejo. Maybe because I don't know what's happened, but I live here in RSM. I you know my last 3 iPhones are stolen. My iPhone 10 when I moved out of that apartment is stolen. My iPhone 15 supposedly disappeared on my birthday, my 54th birthday. My iPhone Pro Max had issues and it's now gone. I do have a $50 iPhone that I got and then the Samsung phone was also stolen. Don't know why. All my phones just keep on disappearing. And I'm also having problems with, of all things, USAA. Why is my USAA having issues? You know, why are they giving me issues? USAA, I've always worked with them for years and years. They've given me money back on a few wrecks. I paid them. They have credit cards with them, and yeah, and they're you know, is there executive orders affecting my life and affecting my family? Are you screwing with my family? Have you tried to kill my family from space and then tried to kill and destroy the rest of my family? Are you making my life a hell? Or is this all make believe and bullshit in my head? Because all my family's decided no longer to be my family. If that's the case, I guess I'm just a crazy asshole then. And if I'm a crazy asshole, then I am. And I'm a bad candidate, so I'm going to go up and assassinate you, right? No? Is that what you want? Is this how you work with people to get them to assassinate you like you did before you got elected president? Is that what you did to that guy too? Got in his head and somehow made him a killer? Or did you do it to the guy that screwed everybody over in the thing in at the Las Vegas? Is there a bullet train being built from the metro of Los Angeles the to Las Vegas? That's something my foundation is working on. Is it being built? Is it all bullshit and make believe? Is the reactor down in uh, what's what was rebuilt and fixed over in um, San Diego on the way to San Diego? Is that being fixed or not? Is the reactor in Japan being fixed? Is there a car in the moon that's in the moon that was picked up? I don't know. It's all bullshit and make believe, I guess. But maybe it's not. I don't know. I'm just a crazy old guy. That's 54 years old. Did some laundry today. Tried to talk to people about different things. I even told people about this controller and a few times, and stuff on my RC cars and planes and drones. Didn't make any money on Amazon. I have a lot of listings of different stuff on Amazon. They said I have no clicks. Hmm. But I do have clicks shown on my YouTube pages, and I supposedly did pretty good on my YouTube on my YouTube stuff on my um, podcast. It's supposedly podcast of the day. It's supposedly it was there with um, it might have been through land or I don't know. Anyway, maybe it's all bullshit, make believe in my head. I'm just crazy, and life goes wrong. Now, I did have went to CES. Got this hat. This is I did go to this event at IGN, and this is a little pin of Humble Bundle. And then I went to Thermaltake booth, and then did see them at CES 2025 when they're showing their sim racing equipment. And I have a NASA badge. My sister worked for NASA, and so did my brother-in-law. Are you screwing with them, Dong? I don't know. You know, this daily bread, something I got when I was living at Salvation Army. It's just there's just some food I got from Solana Catholic Church when I donate. When I got donations, I didn't go last time I volunteered. I didn't take donations home. I did find a lot of stuff in the trash when I've been, I go through trash trying to sell stuff and make money that way. Don't make a lot of money. I do recycling. I pulled my one of the guys from Solana Catholic Church helped me bring in the whole carload of recycling. Made $20, and I get 1,199, and then I get pantry. I work in pantry sometimes. Get a little food from the pantry, and then I also go and get some money from food stamps. Food stamps, and then I got what was it like 100 or 80 or $200 there, and then I did get a free phone. I've had some problems with that free phone lately. That phone access wireless. They changed it to iWireless. I don't have that phone access right now. The only phone number I have is the Mint mobile number I have on this. You want to call me and say hi, or are you censoring that too? Anyway, I am media. I sent stuff into the whitehouse.gov. Never got any response from you, Donald. Is it because I was homeless at Salvation Army? I've been homeless throughout my life that you hate me because of that? And maybe I was the president of the world and I'm a homeless guy being president of the world? Maybe that's it. Or just because I'm disabled and hear voices. If imps are alive, I guess they send voices, and I guess or maybe they communicate through voices. I don't know. It's all bullshit and make believe, If it's bullshit and make believe, life is full of bullshit and make believe. This is my donation to Patreon and PayPal. Haven't got any really big donations. This is my ex. Probably pissed off Musk. This is my Facebook. You can't get into my Facebook since I lost my iPhone 15. You know, currently down. Spacesbox.com, spacesmedia.com. Restrict. And do you own the people that own Cloud First? Cloud First was bought my web host, and now after they bought my web host, performance or they merged with them. Um, I was ported over to Exact gave me issues, and then I tried Bluehost and um, the other Hostinger, and they gave me problems, and I couldn't get my websites back up. So Spaces Box is down, Spaces Media is down, and then I'm having to redirect stuff from Name. And Name also has Handyman the Arbory Repair. I've asked them 5 times to transfer that to Handy Mandy or to transfer it to your email. I even tried to create an account on Name for their email, and they won't transfer the damn home domain name. Don't. Why? Because she also screwed my car up, maybe? She did say she repaired it, but when she repaired it and gave me the radiator, or the lady what was working with her gave me the radiator I have in my back of my apartment. Yeah. Well, hell, man, what happened to it? You know, I was gonna recycle it, but anyway, this is me again, and I'm gonna upload this in a minute, and I guess I get thrown in jail or something for being asking something, why am I being censored? And freedom of press, freedom of religion, freedom of all the things Bill of Rights give us and take it away, I guess. Am I a prisoner? No. Am I a slave? No. Is there a thing called Constitution? Do we swear by the Constitution? Do I Constitution? Did I swear to the Constitution of the United States and the free worlds and souls? Possibly I did, but don't. I'm also a U.S. citizen, right? Well, if the free worlds and souls um, is all the world of Earth, and I am a citizen of Earth, then I'm also a citizen of the United States of free worlds and souls. Am I not? And so, can I not swear to them also? No. It's called dual citizenship, I guess. Is there something legal? Do we have people that serve our nation and fight for us, and all they do is they don't have a citizenship until they get their citizenship. They go through naturalization process, like my grandfather did, and my other grandfather did. They became citizens that way, and then people are born here and have citizenship. I read an article that you're trying to take a birthright citizenship away. Why are you taking birthright citizenship away? And why are you taking away the other thing, Donald? Why are you taking away um, things like what you're saying we own or we want to merge with Greenland and Iceland, or we own Iceland or Greenland? When did that happen? There's free independent countries, Donald. I hate to break it to you. Are you seeing that? The voice in my head asks you, sometimes I ask you, the voice in my head, Donald, what's January 11th? What's happened in January 9/11? Well, that was when we got attacked. I ask you January 6th. You tell me, and you just get mad about January 6th. But 9/11, my brother could have died that day because he was in an airplane. My brother-in-law worked for the trade. He was at the trade center, but wasn't in the trade center. Wasn't there. He could have died that day. That's what pisses me off. I walk in the circle around Arsenal Lake, and there's a statue to this lady who died. Possibly her airplane flew into it. She was trained by her father might have been a pilot, and she might be a pilot also. Maybe if we could have killed the terrorists in those planes, maybe she could have flew away and didn't die in that day. I don't know though. Maybe I tried to save your daughter. Maybe I tried to save my niece. Maybe I tried to save Vance's daughter. I don't know if I did or didn't. But I pray and I hope God watches over me and Jesus watches over me. And maybe I am crazy and insane, and life goes in. And this isn't a Spaces Box shirt; it's a beer shirt. My sister got me. She gives me all my shirts because being 1,091.99 a month, I don't get a lot of clothes. Most of them are donations from my sister, or are given from my other sister or my other sister. That thing over here, that pressure cooker, was from my sister. Um, I did buy the monitor though with some money I when I was going to University of North Texas, and it was hell going to University of Texas. University of North Texas at Frisco, because I was doing it through Coursera, all online. I worked every freaking day at that degree, and I had to read 4 or 5 chapters a week of 2 or 3 different classes. It was a bitch. And I was having voices that were tearing me apart, stabbing me, hurting me, and then at night I was feeling like I was made into goat meat. When you're made into goat meat, they tear every part of your body and sell you for food. It really sucked. Anyway, y'all have a great night, guys.